Well, if you guys insist, we will key this shot using composite brush. So the first thing to do would be to focus on preserving this hair detail. So you could either use this key hair preset or go to a new instance of composite brush. And I guess I'm just going to show it this way just so I change each of the switches to call out to it. So first you would click somewhere on this background and then alt click somewhere on the hair here and change this to stencil alpha, which is the keying mode, and the matte type to, in this case, we could look at hair 1.4, see how that looks. Looks pretty good. And the whole point of this mode is just to get a key on the hair and not to worry about the rest of the colors in here. So the next thing you would do is set a holdout. Again, we have a preset here. But what that's doing is using the increase alpha transfer mode and the medium matte type, which is just a little bit softer than the hard matte type, but it processes a little slower. So then you can click and drag over these areas and then alt click over the background. So this is designating what is the foreground and the holdout. And one thing that's important is to not destroy all the hair detail we just got. So what I would probably do is alt click over these colors and try not to bring those in. This would work better if I wasn't using a JPEG that I grabbed from the internet, but you get the general idea. And then maybe you could even blur that just 1 pixel or whatever, maybe even less. And then the last mode is clean garbage, but all that's doing is it lets you create a small selection to remove any of this junk that you might have here. So that would be using stencil alpha with the regular hard transfer mode. And that just kind of spot cleans some areas. So just alt clicking there. You really don't need this last instance. You could be a little bit more precise with these first two, but sometimes it helps to break it up. And then as for the spill suppression, what I'd probably do, well, I bet the advanced spill suppressor just works. Yeah, that's usually the case. However, if we were to do this with another instance of composite brush, then you could just kind of click and drag over these greenish colors here, and then try to alt click and get rid of the face of the shirt. Alright, that's not too bad. And at this point, I would sample the hair, and then just tweak the brightness until it feels about right. And there you go.